Now that's how you kick off Royal Rumble weekend. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Holy fuck. We just saw probably one of the best NXT events we had ever seen in a long time. Tonight I give you guys the results for Worlds Collide, which apparently is going to be a permanent thing. I am not entirely sure on that. But we kick it off with the pre-show as Kaylee Ray went one-on-one with Mia Yim in a rivalry that pretty much escalated during the road to NXT TakeOver War Games. And it all came ahead tonight. And unfortunately, Mia Yim fell short as Kaylee Ray pinned Mia Yim with a roll-up victory to cheat and win. So, yeah, there really wasn't much to talk about with that one. Next up, we have Finn Balor versus Ilya Dragunov, and I spoke about Dragunov in my video last week, I think, where I said that he could very well be the future of the entire NXT brand. That match proved it. Despite the end result, Ilya Dragunov just literally took Finn Balor to the absolute limit. This was an incredible matchup. This was back and forth, non-stop action, just absolute chaos with these guys. But in the end, Finn Balor hit Ilya Dragunov with a coup de grace and then a 1916 DDT to actually defeat him, to defeat Dragunov. Now he is laser focused on Johnny Gargano at NXT TakeOver Portland, which I will be talking about DIY in just a moment after this next matchup. Next up we have the fatal four-way match for the NXT Cruiserweight title, as Angel Garza defended against fellow NXT superstar Isaiah Swerve Scott and NXT UK's Travis Banks and Jordan Devlin. Now I believe I said that Jordan Devlin was going to be a future champion. This proved it. And you're probably wondering how it all went down. The closing moments of the match. Angel Garza hit Isaiah Swerve Scott with the wing clipper. Jordan Devlin, from out of nowhere, took Angel Garza off. Hit a headbutt on to hit Isaiah Swerve Scott with a headbutt, and then went straight into his finishing move, which he calls Devlin's Side. Pinned him 1, 2, 3, and he wins the Cruiserweight title. That is so, oh my god. And ironically, Angel Garza was only NXT Cruiserweight champion for like maybe a month or two. I would say about maybe a month or two, and he loses it right off the bat. Like, what? I mean, do not get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. I kind of wanted to see Jordan Devlin win that match, but still, I mean, the way it ended was absolutely incredible. It was absolutely incredible. It was a perfect way to show off Jordan Devlin as a full-fledged heel. But judging by the crowd reaction, I think he might be a babyface, but you never know. But honestly, though, in all seriousness, Jordan Devlin pins Isaiah Swerve Scott with Devlin's Side to win the Cruiserweight title. Congrats to him, well deserved. And speaking of Johnny Gargano, DIY Mustache Mountain. Whew, this was an interesting one. This was interesting because the first couple minutes of the match, it was just pure respect, and then that then that match went sideways right the fuck quick because these two teams were beating the holy hell out of each other. And the closing moments of the match. My God. I mean, do not get me wrong. I am a huge fan of all four of these men. Tyler Bate, Trent Seven, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. I am huge fans. Huge fans. And I always will. But these four superstars, again, as I said, beat the holy hell out of each other. And Tyler Bate went out of the ring, I guess, by Ciampa. And DIY hit Trent Seven with a move that they call Meet Me in the Middle. It is Tommaso Ciampa's knee to his opponent's face with the super kick of Johnny Gargano to pick up the victory, to pick up the pinfall victory, and then after that, big show of respect, a little bit of a handshake, a little bit of embrace, and they all just rose their hands, and that was just it was a great match. It was absolutely incredible. It was a great way to show off the connection and the bond with that both teams have. Obviously, Seven and Bate, having known each other since their days on the independent scene in the UK. And then, of course, too, Gargano and Ciampa have known each other for years. Even before they even started wrestling, they've known each other for a long time. It made excellent sense. It made perfect sense for these two teams to go at it. And now Johnny Gargano is, again, going back with Finn Balor. They're focused on each other for TakeOver. But what happened after will actually shock you. So I think it was right. So it was during this next match, the NXT Women's Title match. Finn Balor, I guess Johnny Gargano was in a backstage interview, and Finn Balor just attacked him. Just attacked Johnny Gargano from behind. Tyler Bate, Trent Seven, Travis Banks as well. I think Jordan Devlin was in that fold as well. They all tried to break it up, and Tyler Bate tried to play peacekeeper, but Finn Balor was like, told Bate, I'm coming for you. So we could see that match at some point before TakeOver Portland, but you never know. But speaking of the women's title, the NXT Women's title was defended as Rhea Ripley defended against Toni Storm in a rivalry that's been going on for quite a while now. Actually, the last 18 months, I would say. So Rhea Ripley. So Toni Storm had Rhea Ripley beat 2-1 because Toni Storm beat Rhea Ripley twice. The first time was at NXT TakeOver NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool 1, and then the second time was right around, I want to say it was it was at WrestleMania Access when they had that the whole Worlds Collide and the entire NXT UK brand was at Access, that type of deal, and and of course too, Rhea Ripley had a victory over Toni, being in the finals of that tournament to determine the first ever NXT UK Women's Champion. And now it came full circle. Toni Storm, closing moments of the match. Toni Storm hit a frog splash. That backfired. Ripley hit Storm with the Riptide. Got the 1-2-3 to retain the NXT Women's title. But Bianca Belair was sitting front row and was watching so she knows who her opponent will be at TakeOver Portland. And then right after that, we had a major brawl. A major brawl went down between Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai. And then, of course, also earlier in the night, there was also a interview earlier in the night, Kathy Kelly had interviewed the Grizzled Young Veterans and the Broserweights, Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle, and we now know that whoever wins the 2020 Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic will not only win the trophy, but will go on to NXT TakeOver Portland and will challenge the Undisputed Era's Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish for the NXT Tag Team titles. Honestly, at this point, I don't even care who wins, because after this match, the main event, ooh, oh, you can bet your ass both of these factions are going to get a lot of praise. It's the Undisputed Era versus Imperium. Three men was in Imperium. Fabian Eichner, Marcel Barthel, Walter. Alexander Wolf was taken out by the knee of Bobby Fish. Like, literally hit his throat and chin areas, right around here, and he was taken to the back. So it then became 3-on-4. That did not matter, because Imperium won. How, you may ask? Well, it's simple. The Undisputed Era. It's simple. Roderick Strong of the Undisputed Era put Walter through the announce table. Did that work? No. Walter came back, Chop City, bitch. And just delivered chops to everybody who stood in his way. Closing moments of the match, Walter hit Bobby Fish with a fucking powerbomb. And pinned him. Pinned Bobby Fish to win for Imperium. How in the hell did Walter get up from that shot by Roderick Strong onto the... How did he survive? I have no fucking clue. All I know is that Imperium won. That was fucking awesome. This night was the epitome of what NXT and NXT UK are all about. Now, and honestly, NXT and NXT UK were tied 3 victories each. The first victory for NXT UK was obviously the pre-show. The first fall for NXT was Finn Balor over Dragunov. Jordan Devlin scored the second fall during that Fatal 4-Way match. And then, of course, DIY and Rhea Ripley scored the other 2 falls. And then Imperium scored the final fall to tie. This was basically Survivor Series all over again. But they're both tied. This proves that both brands are literally even. They're like 2 sides of the same coin, which is incredible. Overall, this was an incredible night. I can't wait for tomorrow night, which is the Royal Rumble, which starts the road to WrestleMania. I am super excited. I cannot wait. I give this night 5 stars easy. 5 stars easy because every single one of these matches just blew the roof off the joint. It was absolutely incredible. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash the thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Links to everything will be in the description below. And if you guys have any fan mail you want to send me, because I will be starting fan mail, my address will be at the top of the description below. So send fan mail because I will be reading the letters and all that on camera for you guys to check out when I get them. And on that, this is your boy Nash signing out.